Hey you guys, Lissandro here, and today I'm gonna be doing a night blog. Okay, so in light of the popularity of the game Pokemon Go, I'm gonna be covering something really interesting. Now, um, before I go on, just a little disclaimer. For those of y'all who like to pick on people who played the Pokemon Go, or anyone that picks on a fan of Pokemon or any Nintendo product and like to pick fun or anything, fuck you, okay? If you don't like it, then go away, fuck off, or whatever, okay? Okay, I don't like bullies. I don't like people who pick on others in regard to how they measure certain standards, how they like to label these people as weird nerds or anything like that. Okay, people don't live by your standards. People don't have to live by your standards. People do this for entertainment. Some of them, I guess, even do it just to get away from some of the stresses that they have to deal with from belligerent assholes like some of y'all. But anyway, it, all I have to say is just leave people alone. If you don't like it, then fine. Okay, for the most part, they're not bothering you or anything like that. But anyway, getting back to the topic, the reason I want to talk about Pokemon Go is because the whole topic of virtual reality or augmented reality. Now, even though the term is used interchangeably, they're two completely different things. And not too long ago, there was um, saying that Pokemon Go had pushed augmented reality to a point way beyond virtual reality, um, at least for current standards. But anyway, that's something completely different. What I want to one reference is this, okay? And I'm surprised not that many people notice this, but it has Pokemon Go has become something really interesting because it has become an interlink between real world and virtual reality or augmented reality or whatever you like to call it. And the thing is that it as time passes, I'm pretty sure they'll take up more things to which pretty much people interact with it will interact with it differently. Now, here's the thing, and it's actually two topics. One of them is a more of a scientific conceptual topic, and the other one is more of a philosophical um, concept, and that covers, I guess, in epistemology or I'm not really sure, but it's something in reference to the Matrix. Okay, now before I go on any further explaining this whole deal and everything, uh, I want to tell you this. Okay, I'm referencing science fiction for a particular reason. Okay, now some of y'all may think that I'm nuts or something like that. That I'm just like delusional or anything simply for referencing science fiction, sci-fi, or whatever you like to call it. And in a sense, I wouldn't blame you, but you have to consider something else. Over the past couple of years, or I guess you can say decades, um, there have been a lot of changes that have taken place to the point in which pretty much a lot of the things you see in sci-fi are actually becoming reality. Science fiction is, like they say, becoming science fact. Okay, and um, and the thing is that also some of the sci-fi movies are actually engaging in actual scientific concepts, and it's very sad that some of the people don't even aren't even that open-minded to see any of these concepts, and that's the particular reason why I'm referencing Pokemon Go. So the first topic I want to talk about is this whole deal with immersion, the this whole deal with augmented reality. Okay, now if you uh, if you remember the movie The Matrix, it pretty much immersed an actual human being into an alternate digital world, a world where sets of ones and zeros govern everything. It was an actual simulation of what the real world was, or at least as close as uh, you you could, simply to I guess to forget everything uh, of what the I guess you can say forget everything of what the real world was. Now, sometime back, a friend of mine that asked me to think about something in regard to the Matrix. Okay, and this goes back to the whole concept of, are we plugged in the Matrix? Okay, a lot of things may make logical sense, and some may be completely unsound. But the thing is this, and the question is this: if you were plugged into the Matrix, would you really want to be unplugged from a lie, just to find out that real life is a horrible place with no hope or anything? And what difference is there the virtual world from the real world if the exact electrical signals induced in our brains are exactly the same as those induced by an actual environment? And it also goes to the term of what is real, and and what we define as real, what we interpret as real. This whole term of solipsism, in which you question your senses and ask if what you see and what you perceive is actually real. Okay, and the thing is that how does this touch with um, in any way with Pokemon Go? Because Pokemon Go, you're you're engaging in the experience. You're engaging one of your senses into an alternate world, even though the rest of your senses are connected to the so-called real world. Because remember, uh, real is only a term applied um, because take the pragmatic assumption that everything we perceive in the so-called real world is real. But overall, we can't possibly perceive that what we are living in, that we call real life, is actually real. So anyway, getting back to the point, um, my second point in regard to Pokemon Go is this. So, as we all know, po- Pokemon in the actual game Pokemon Go are just simply um, simulations of creatures within the written code. They're not actual um, living sentient creatures. But as time progresses and as we get more and more in depth into writing software, to perfecting different facets of what attributes a sentient creature, till we get to the point in which we create sentient life, or at least create life in at least at least to mimic the different facets of what sentient life is in a quote unquote digital world. What difference is there anyway in that case? And it all goes back to this whole deal with the reference of the Matrix. If um, if you're in a digital world and you deal with different creatures, dog, cat, or whatever, or bull, or whatever creature you find, and it behaves exactly the same as an actual creature in real life. Regardless of what you do to it, it behaves exactly the same way. The question is, what difference is there from that creature and living in the digital world and the creature living in the real world? Now, this going back to the whole deal with Pokemon Go is if we if if the game, let's say, assuming the game lasted a long time and assuming Nintendo lasted a long time, created a game that pretty much was an actual simulation uh, of what it would, an actual simulation that engage. Let's say that we actually immersed ourselves in this world that's simulated that is meant to simulate how Pokemon would be in if they actually existed. Okay, can we call that a sentient creature? Even if the code is so so complex in the form to actual mimic a sentient creature, what difference would there be or anything? Okay, and this is a concept that I thought of because as we go more and more into virtual reality, as we go more and more into augmented reality, it almost seems like the different facets of what we consider reality are translating better and better into the games or simulations or whatever you'd like to consider. And this is simply a concept that I had in regard to the game, but not just the game, but overall augmented reality as well as virtual reality. And it's a concept in regard to what the potential of this technology could we look forward to, assuming it advanced really far ahead to the point in which it mimics reality. That's what I'm referring to in regard to this. This is only a hypothetical concept that I have in regard to this, you know. And I guess this is all for now. But I'm gonna ask what y'all think in regard to this whole concept of virtual reality, solipsism, and all that. Everything that I just mentioned in regard to this and all. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe, or donate to my channel, or pledge to my Patreon. And I'll catch you guys next time.